today we're reacting to season 5, episode 10 of Buffy. Last episode was an extraordinary episode. The main thing is, I was right about Ben, to never trust Ben, to let Ben rot. This episode is called Listening to Fear, and Lord did it not. This episode felt like a horror movie. Basically like Scream or any thriller movie where the suspense is building of, oh, or something's behind you, watch out, or the spooky atmosphere of the like close shots from the back while you're walking around the whole house and it's dark and whatever the case may be. So this episode begins with, obviously, you know, the doctor giving Joyce information about her surgery in 2 days, which leaves the, you know, the Scoobs to be patrolling for the next 2 days because Buffy is staying with Joyce and like Dawn is. So she doesn't want to get like construed between also patrolling and slaying and also worrying about her mom's well-being and health. We cut to a scene of Riley getting fed on, which I haven't received a explanation to why that happens yet. I've talked to my friends and they've said a few things, but I'm just still not understanding why he's doing that. Then we have Willow giving a gift to Joyce and hoping that would cheer her up. Willow gives, Dawn a little magic book, calls it a day. During this time of the history book and, the exchange of gifts and the yogas, whatever, the brain tumor caused Joyce to have this unusual outburst. And that caused people to be like, okay, well, because Dawn was like, huh? Like, that's weird. And Buffy tries to reassure her, like, oh, yeah, since she has a brain tumor, she's likely to say things that is irrational, and then it'll come back, and then she'll, like, go back to regular setting. But before we head home, Dawn gets approached by one of the mental patients from the hospital that is basically saying that Dawn doesn't exist. There's no coding of her. There's nothing inside of her. Like, she's non-existent, which causes her to be like, excuse me? Like, who says that? And Buffy's trying to reassure her that, well, this person is, obviously the mental patient. So just, people just say that. Keep in mind that this comes up a couple times later on this episode. Willow and Tara, they are watching the stars, looking at the constellation, figuring out, naming stars and constellations as they see fit. While they're cuddling, there is a large object meteoring through the sky, falls, crashes to Sunnydale. They decide to investigate after contacting the Scoobs to come across nothing. While, after that, the crazy man that spoke to Dawn, he already been released because he was being released while they were while he said that to them. He's walking to the forest where this unknown object crashed and basically got attacked by the monster and killed. The theme is that these monsters are attacking mental patients because it's been summoned to get the crazed. So let's keep that in mind. The creatures obviously come into the hospital due to the mental patients, and obviously going to head to at the hospital. The creature decides to it's crawling along the ceiling of the hospital, looking for other mental patients who may seem crazed, as they say. Buffy and Joyce are talking, trying to go home, while Joyce is getting edgy. Like, she's like fidgety. She wants to go home so bad. She's like, can I go home now? Are we done? You got the prescription, whatever? While the gang go back and they're trying to investigate the crash, it's a hollow shaped shell. They see that the patient is dead, and then Willow's like, oh, well, that's the one that I saw at the hospital. Keeping that in mind, she's like, okay, that's very odd that he just got released and died within like a few hour frame. Riley comes. He says he's going to stay and check out everything. At the hospital again, a mental patient is attacked by the demon again. Another patient is. Buffy's mom is starting to, go in and out of it, while Dawn is like really shocked that that Joyce called her a thing. So this is the second person calling her a thing within the same episode frame, because we had it occur like in the second episode. Then we find out that she what she is, but 2 people calling her out in this episode frame, and especially when Joyce said, who is you, a few episodes back. It's coming to her. Buffy's trying to reassure Dawn that, it's her mom, since her mom has brain tumor, that she's going to say things that doesn't make sense and to ignore her, because that's what people say when they're crazy. Trying to say that, Joyce is crazy. That's what she's saying. And trying to explain that, you know, nothing except themselves are real, so just ignore whatever anybody tells you, even though that's her literal mom in this case. We find out that this creature is a killer demon that is summoned to get rid of the world of crazed people, I guess like mental patients. So he definitely took a ride on Buffy's and Joyce's car, whoever car that is, and is now at the Summers home. So Willow and Riley are talking, and Willow was like, listen, this is the second person they're killing. They all went through they get the mental patients, so they might be going after people specifically from the hospital who just got released. And you know who else got released? Buffy's mom, which makes Riley send reinforcements to Buffy's home. While this is happening, Buffy sees Spike in her basement. He's still in pictures. Cool. The demon attacks. They continue to fight. Buffy kills it just in time when Riley comes in. Yeah. And then we finally go back to the hospital. We see that Ben has summoned the demon because he's been cleaning up good old sis Glory's mess. But at the end of the episode, the best part was the emotional scene between Joyce and Dawn. Well, not Joyce and Dawn, but Joyce about Dawn to Buffy, where she told Buffy that I want you to take care of her, Dawn, the same way I took care of you. She's important. I don't know why, but, you know, I feel like I know her, so please keep her safe. And then it ends off with Joyce finally going into surgery. That episode was it in a nutshell. That was probably, like, I feel like sometimes I'd be like, these episodes, I always expect these episodes to just be, like, not emotional, but they do end up being emotional. But anyways, let's dive in. And you see how distant they are. And plus he had the neck bite, and then he got the arm bite, so the neck bite must be healed. Buffy don't see that while looking over?
What time is it?
There's a clock behind you, Will.
Damn.
But there's a watch right above your hand.
Oh, she's fine. Please don't. Let me just get a tissue box just in case. I mean, at this point...
Which means I was able to get all of it. So, barring complications and recovery, your mother's going to be fine.
Bless. Hugs around the chest.
Oh, my goodness, doctor, thank you.
Damn, Buff.
Sorry.
She just untense like 25 bones to a
So, what do you want to do now, Donster? Keeping in mind that I won't chase you because I'm old and I'm stuffed full of Moo Guy starch.
You're 20.
Well, we could play that. You can give me real money. That would be different.
And after we teach you how to gamble, maybe we can all get drunk.
It's okay. You guys don't have to make a big deal for me. I'm only sleeping over here so Buffy and Riley can blink.
Alright.
That's not it at all. They just need time.
And to get Dawn out of the house so we could have loud, obnoxious sex.
I
Does that mean
was too stoned to speak.
I can't believe how relaxed I feel. It's like all the tensions just left my body.
Yes. What do you have scheduled?
Always.
Vampire biter? Vampire meat? Vampire juice?
Don't sell yourself short. You stayed strong throughout.
This is one.
You never even cried.
Oh, I cried. I cried so hard I didn't think I was going to be able to stop.
Oh, he wanted to witness that, sadly. Damn, they said we're older now. And they're gonna zoom out to this window. And he's there. What did I tell you? I just cannot. I gotta check out sometimes. Here we go. Spike about to like stalk him and find out what Riley's been doing and tell the public. Oh, he is gonna stalk Riley. Spike, you got a phone? You got a little pager or something?
But a very well-groomed cat. I think maybe I'll stick with a scarf. Come on.
Material Joyce.
I know you've been missing a lot of school. I may have to take a few incompletes, but I will make it through the semester. Well, what about slang? I'm sure he'll come over later looking for a little Bible study.
Buffy, you about to have
Good.
sex?
Why? What's he got here in Sunnydale that's so special?
His boo. Yeah, the panning to Buffy is totally on brand.
Risk all of your parts, you know that?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a good reason.
Yeah, please, Bill.
As usual, I'm here to help you, and Are you naked under there?
Don't.
Get out.
Oh, we gonna show it?
You need to see this. But we need to move if we want to get there in time.
Oh, y'all see my Banjo sweater too? Like, y'all see me represent Banjo? Banjo forever. Period. Damn, Riley was in it for a long time? Why did it go from light? Why did it go from sun to dark then? Am I missing like a time frame or something?
That's what we're here for.
We're here for Riley.
Just having a little look, mate. Keep it down. You can't go up there.
Come on, don't. Ugh.
Harder.
He said harder? What the fuck?
Buffy!
Spike loved that though.
Hey!
Damn, she threw him with ease. Spike gonna try to be how shining armor. Hold on, let's see what happens.
You gonna risk coming here now?
Danny got
back off!
well. So the vampire just let the people in the feed? Like she was finally like, I'm happy and this. I'm happy Spike told her off the bat. I'm not gonna lie.
Talk fast. We have a code 1 in Belize. A demon tribe is taking apart missionaries in the rainforest down there.
Oh.
It's not the initiative.
Free him. Free him.
We don't do experiments. None of us give a damn what makes monsters tick. We just stop them.
Yeah, we just kill them. Yeah, I know when they
Serious.
lose their feet.
Maybe we could do a holiday promotion. 1 free with every purchase. Anya, she's newly human and strangely literal. What? I don't say that. No one says that.
Yeah.
No one talks that way. There were people there. It looked like they were paying vampires to bite them.
Now I know what to get for the person who has everything. Why don't the vampires just kill him?
Because they get cash, hot and cold running blood, and, well, they don't leave any corpses behind, so they don't get hunted. What? Why?
Well, I'm not sure it's where your efforts are best spent. Perhaps you should focus on less ambiguous.
Vampires are vampires, and my job description is pretty clear.
Buffy, you don't even want to
Are
kill
you coming with
Spike.
me or not?
What's
Come
the
on.
rush, Buff?
Yeah.
If we're
Set up shop again in town?
Probably
going to
love.
say, I'm sure they'll lie low for a bit.
They're around somewhere.
Not Buffy and Angel acting reckless in both of their episodes. I'm sorry.
Hey, let's be reasonable.
They're gonna beat him up for telling on
You
you.
may have noticed, Spike. I left reasonable about 3 exits back. Look, I'm not the one who got you into this. Ow! Bloody hell! Oh, God!
He didn't go for the heart.
Yeah. But that's not your problem.
That's his girlfriend.
Even if I wasn't in the picture, you're never going to be able to hold on to her. Oh! Bloody hell! Maybe I didn't almost kill you enough. A girl needs some monster in her man. And that's not in your nature.
The boo. You forgot you lost it too?
No, I don't. Fella's gotta try, though. Gotta do what he can. Sometimes I envy you so much it chokes me.
Damn, you rubbing it in?
Feeling it beneath you. Surrounding you. The scent. No, you got the better deal.
It's just like every time she thinks she's like something
long has
like
she been in
everything's
there?
cool, something else happens. This is not the time though.
She in there? She's training. She has mind clearing out.
I'll use some story.
Now, let's go, Anya.
There's a funny thing with the vaulting horse that you can...
Anya!
Oh,
What?
Actually, I've got some stuff to take care of.
one thing I understand. Oh, what should I do? Okay.
And say what, Riley? What were you thinking? How long have you been lying to me? Nothing you say right now is gonna make this better.
I wanted to even the score after you let Dracula bite you.
I did not let Dracula.
I know. On some level, I know that. But I was still spun. I don't know. I wanted to know what you felt.
What did I say?
Why Dracula and Angel have so much power over you.
Angel again.
You so don't get it.
Angel again.
I wanted to get it, Buffy.
It's not Angel.
I wanted to get you. They made me feel something, Buffy.
That you didn't?
Something I didn't even know I was missing until...
I can't hear this.
They needed me.
Yep.
They needed your money. It wasn't about you.
No. On some basic level, it was about me. They wanted to devour me. All of me.
Yes, to eat. Not to love you, boy.
It wasn't real.
Yes, because they were hungry.
And I don't.
Yeah.
Make you feel that way?
He been feeling that way since season 5 started.
This is really about, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can't handle the fact that I'm stronger than you.
So when I kept saying this, everybody said I was wrong.
That's not it.
The food is in the pudding. He wants to feel something. He wants to at least, he wants to see that she cares, regardless if she hits him or not.
The pyro act was a bad idea, Slayer.
Well,
Felt pretty good to me.
it did.
I'm not running. I'm gonna make it through the night.
She will make it through the night. We already got over that Slayer death curse. That Slayer death. Oh, that's one dead. 2, 3, 4. Oh God. That was with ease. Oh shit, she is. Buffy let this woman think she had a chance to live. Is she gonna break down?
Take this for instance. You don't want a deal, so you hide? Not very Slayer-like. What I can't figure out is how you never saw it coming.
What? Who told you?
Nobody told me anything, Buffy.
He sees it.
It was right in front of my Xander face.
He saw it every time the dude would
I
patrol.
would do it.
I convinced him not to. Now tell me that you understand.
Let's see what Xander about to
Because
say.
I sure as hell don't.
Let's see what Xander about to say.
What am I supposed to do? Beg him to stay?
Why wouldn't you?
But the thing is that
He
when
probably
things
hears
I don't
change,
even know who he is anymore.
Think? You got burned with Angel, and then Riley shows up.
I know the story, Xander.
But you missed the point.
something about Angel for me.
Because you don't like ultimatums?
You know what?
If he's not the guy, if what he needs from you just isn't there,
Let him go.
let him go.
And that's what she wants to
Break his
do.
heart.
Thank you.
Run.
Let's see. Riley gonna get inside he gonna get inside the car, the helicopter, and be like, "Oh, Buffy." This is music. I swear to God. Oh. Better get a tree or some branch and throw it. Wow. Wow.
I'm in love with you. Powerfully, painfully in love. I get excited every time I'm about to see you. You make me feel like I've never felt before in my life. Like a man.
That was the highlight of the episode, actually. That was the highlight. My heart. Dang, that flip of the camera, you can see her fade on his right. I'm literally going to say this in the best format that I can, that I honestly feel like there's so much understandability between each of these characters and their choices of reasoning, that I understand why a character would act a certain way and why, this, like, I understand everything. Let's talk about the main thing, which I think is obviously the main highlight of this episode, is Xander. Not Xander. We can do this real quick. Xander and Anya, I love them. I'm happy that Xander finally told Anya that he loves her, because I feel like it never came up. And even though we obviously seen very, very obviously big emotions amongst them both, I'm happy that we got that talk between Buffy and Xander, because you know, they always have some talks in season 1, and I feel like they kind of gave me season 1 vibes. Like, I don't know. I don't know, I'm getting emotional. I like when my scoops talk, and I'm happy that it's not just always Buffy and Willow that have these talks and realizations. Also Xander, and especially after the big like realization Xander had in 503, I believe, or 504, one of those episodes. It's just refreshing to see characters call out each other's characters wrongs. So I'm gonna do a Buffy Riley analysis. Okay, so from what I'm gathering is that Riley does this because of that, but Angel drunk on Buffy, and also because Dracula drunk on Buffy. I don't think he ever understood why those things both occurred. So him getting jealous of these two occurrences, like because they had her first before him, I guess, in that sense of direction or whatever you want to take, I think that's unfair. Because he never asked her about these bites. He would have never known that it was life or death situation with Angel. Just like if anything happened to him, like it was life or death with the heart, she still broke her back for you. Dracula literally hypnotized her. He has this aurora around him where he literally can hypnotize people and make them just lose, and he can take advantage of them. So you comparing that they can drink from her to you letting these vampires drink from you, I don't like that at all. I don't like that you're blaming what happened to her when she's had a choice of desperation also, and then the other one she got taken advantage of as a reason for you to be okay for you to get your blood drinking from other people repeatedly. And I already knew that it's because of vulnerability and that she doesn't let him in and stuff like that. So I'm not going to keep repeating myself when it comes to that until I get to his part. But for him to say that it happens to him because he wanted to know what, and I mean, I think I remember saying that. I think he also wanted to know when she felt like. I remember saying that because I remember saying that I feel like he's doing that to see what she felt and what it feels like when she got bit by Angel or Dracula. I forgot about Dracula. Like, I seriously forgot about this man. Like, I forgot about that, and I knew that was going to hit a bigger part because he's another vampire, and Buffy's got a relationship with Angel. One thing that I can say that really hit me my noggin is what Xander said about her treating Riley like he was a rebound. And that thing is that it kind of highlight. I mean, this is my opinions. Y'all can tell me your opinions and how did y'all think about them seeing like the quotes and the lines of this episode. For me, it ring off three things. One, he was. Two is because of 108 even more from Angel, but she doesn't remember it, and that's why she probably feels like a disconnect. And 3, because they were rushed. I remember saying that the episode where Parker was mentioning how he hooked up with Buffy, and then in the same breath Riley was like he's not interested and he don't know why his friends are interested, but then by once he heard Parker talk about her, then he got jealous, and then he realized he had a crush on her. Then he went from that to, oh well, Willow, can you help me get with Buffy? It was so fastly paced, and she was fastly put in a relationship. Like, kid you not, she literally broke up with Angel. Like, I mean, they finally separated around like 3:20, I believe. Finally walked away 3:22. Now, I know that it'd been like a couple month jump because they graduated in like May, and then you got the fall semester, which is August. But that's like 2.5 months. And she's been with this man for 3 seasons, which is probably a year plus and some change. So that's a lot, especially when you know with supernatural relationships, they're going to always be times 10 more intense than a human relationship, especially when she's supernatural herself. Within 4 episodes, she was with Parker, already trying to get a relationship after Angel, right? Then that mixes in with her and this Riley crush thing, which once again was literally thrown right after Parker. Like, it wasn't even like her being single for a while to like really get it. And then it didn't make sense because then you had the 108 where she was ready to drop even pursuing a mate. Well, she didn't know that Riley really cared about, like liked her, but was going to drop any chances of dating anybody else for Angel. Which means that if Angel walked in this bitch today or tomorrow, she would have dropped anyone for him. to then have her in a relationship with Riley. And even then, the relationship was never them fully talking anyways. They never had a moment where they were full on vulnerability. It was never a time when they had vulnerability. If you really think about it, I don't remember that much of season 4. I mean, I remember season 4, but I don't really remember significant talks between them. And that means a lot. Because when Faith switched, I feel like they had maybe a talk during that time when Buffy was like, she would just felt like she just didn't feel the same after like that happened. And then like I just like those talks were never really about vulnerability because nothing really happened in her life for her to actually have that vulnerability with him. It was mostly always about Slayer talk and Angel and exes and monsters and slang and like Professor Walsh. It was never a time in Buffy season 4 where they had a time to be vulnerable, and if they were, I just rarely remember it because it was barely as significant. And maybe the talk they had was when Angel came, and even then I don't even remember it because it was a whole pissing war between them. So when it comes to this thing of like you putting these two things on her as you want to see what it feels like and making that the main priority over the fact that you just don't feel a vulnerability with her, and then you say that you felt like that you felt that the vampires needed you more than Buffy. Dude, they're hungry. Saying that they want to devour you, and that's something that Buffy don't feel. And I guess he means that like Buffy's love for him isn't so strong, her trust in him and vulnerability in him isn't that strong to the point that it feels like it's time, like he's devoured in her love and attention. But like they're vampires, so for him to even say that was kind of like, what? Dude, they're devouring you because they're hungry. You're paying for this attention. I bet you if you walked outside the street, they would not be saying, hey, you want to cuddle at night while I drink it. But like, no. I don't know if he thought that the intimate intent, like the blood drinking between her and Angel and her and Dracula was like how he's thinking it when it's full of intimacy. Like, I don't know. But how about you talk to her about that? You talk about vulnerability, but you're also not telling her how you feel. It's a two-way street of why they don't talk. If you feel like she's holding up the barriers and you're tired of hearing things from Spike, then why don't you talk to her about it? She can't read your mind. You can't read her mind. Talk. I'm blaming both of them for that. So don't even give me, why are you blaming Riley? I'm blaming both of them for not talking. But she doesn't really know because she's just like, I've been worrying about, I gotta worry about people. She's so used to putting everything on her shoulders. She doesn't want, like she doesn't think that anybody else will want to carry that burden with her. He wants to carry the burden with her. He wants to be her equal, but he can't because she's stronger than him, which I've always said since season 4, it's always been a problem. Like she said, that even though he said it's not, it's true. She's a slayer, which means she don't need him, which means she don't rely on him, which is why he feels that he isn't desired as much because she doesn't fully need that. She doesn't have to rely on him, which is why Xander said that he's her back and call. If she does need the extra help, she'll call him. But if anything, she handles it on her own accord. Or she'll call people who are used to it, like the Scoops. So like, if you really sit here, like I can really go on a whole analysis about both sides and stuff like that. But like that biting part blew me. Like it blew me. Like the fact that he said he felt needed from those drinkings. And then you got to tie into what Josh said about the thrill and getting off and that. Like it all ties in. But it always comes to the things that I said before. Supernaturals. Such as Angel. Vampires. And her being the Slayer, which means she's stronger than him. The vulnerability part, which I feel like had always been there, but I don't think the vulnerability really occurred until season 5 came and Joyce and Dawn. When Dawn really came, that's when it really became a concern. But even then, 501, he was jealous of Dracula. I mean, I keep calling him Jack. We can call him Dracula because she. If you don't know who Dracula is, she's from Monster High, and that's my baby. So I'm just gonna keep calling him Dracula. I don't even care anymore. But like, yes, like, and like I said before, the rebound thing about Angel, it was. Come on. And she treated him as convenient and expect him to be there when she needs him. That's true. Like, I feel like they were just with each other, always slang. They never really built a genuine relationship besides, like, I feel like when they started to really develop a relationship, it just got really blown out the way when it was like, oh yeah, well, you work for the, you're a Slayer? You're like a Doran Hunter? Yeah, the relationship just never seemed buildable to me. I just don't, I feel like the relationship stayed the same between season 1 and now. I don't see no difference. I honestly don't. Like, if you really think about it, I don't see any growth at all. To be honest, I just keep seeing the same repeating of him finding something to pick at regarding her strength, her slayage, her ex history, stuff like that. The one thing I'm happy who the MVP was for Spike for telling the tea, because I cannot do no more episodes of figuring out what Xander would do. I mean, what Riley would do. That would be reckless. I am shocked that when she ran, she didn't come on time. But to be honest, one thing I did not understand about Xander's is the ultimatum part. Because I feel like he did give an ultimatum. And I understand that at first I was like, maybe he's just telling her. But like, he's giving an ultimatum. And now I feel like when it comes to relationships, I hate when relationship storylines, this is not just me picking on Riley or Buffy. I just hate when shows do that. And then somehow it's always like a happy fairy tale when it's like, oh, I can actually date you and do this. I hate when they do this. Like, I either got to choose this in my career or be with you. Because something will always happen in the relationship. And that will always get thrown in somebody else's face. Well, if I knew we weren't going to work out, if I knew our relationship was going to go to ruins, I could have just took the job. If I knew we were going to go down this path anyways, I could have just continued on. I hate that the burden will then be placed on the person that they're risking it for. And the last thing I need is for Buffy to receive another burden that her and Riley will try to give it another go, and then something happens where they break up fully, and then she gets blamed for stopping him from working with the army, which I feel like he's going to work with the army later at some point regardless. But I hate that Xander's like, he don't care. Like she shouldn't care if that's kind of a fucked up situation. Is that she's basically in the way of him furthering his career, or just to be his boyfriend. I mean, just to be his girlfriend, for them to be boyfriend and girlfriend for maybe a few years tops. That means he's going to still be jobless and just being your beck and call and basically following you around to do whatever you want. Like, I hate those storylines. And I hate that was kind of like, well, if you care about him and love him, then tell him to stay. Like, no. If you love them, you will still be with them, but you will just be there being supportive. Now, I understand him for who would have said, like, if he said that, if he took out the don't care thing, if he said that if you love him, then you'll be there and, you'll stay with him and see what happens, opposed to saying, well, tell him to stay. But I did love that he said if you don't want him, then just make a clean breakup. But, like, making it seem like she should just be okay with robbing an opportunity from him, I don't like that at all. And if that was me in a scenario, I would have said I'll be there for him and I'll be with him, but I'm going to let him still take that opportunity and still further his career in case our relationship do backfire. So, but anyways, I don't know. I might write more about my opinion in the description. I feel like I'll talk like 13 minutes about this whole concept because I could really talk about this for a long time. Like, I feel like when I do a rewatch when I'm done the show and I really like compare things later on, so I'm going to definitely do a rewatch. I'm going to do a rewatch for Buffy and everything. I'm going to do rankings for each episode. I'm going to do rankings for season 1. Then I'm going to do a ranking for season 2 to 7. But I'm going to do a 2A. I'm going to do an A and B section. So I'm going to rank A and like 1 to like 20, 1 to 11. Rank 12 to 22. And then compare those rankings and then see which ones can be leveled above each other and stuff like that. Who knows? But yeah, that was my season 5 episode 10 reaction of Buffy. This was a mixed review because I understand all sides. I don't understand like some of the parts, like you gotta really be like, nah, it's kind of fucked up, and like, nah. I tried to like not fully be up my Buffy stand supremacy as usual, giving both sides, but to be honest, I think it still turned out to be a Buffy supremacy rant. But yes, guys, till next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Buffy, Angel, and Sailor Moon reactions. Patreon will be linked for those reactions, extended reactions, because obviously Sailor Moon cannot come on YouTube unless I will get deleted like last time. Join the Discord will be linked so you can see for future updates, and you can talk to me about this episode. Till next time, make sure you be safe. Peace.